Hey guys, so welcome to another pop culture review. Today we will be reviewing The Scarlet Witch. Now before we get into the review, let's get into a few facts. Scarlet Witch is number 95 in the Pop Marvel line. Her first appearance was in Avengers Age of Ultron, which came out in May 1st of 2015. And a fun film fact, when Elizabeth Olsen learned that her role of Wanda Maximoff would be based upon her Marvel Ultimates version, she read and studied every single issue in order to prepare for the role. Now with that out the way, let's get a 360 of the Funko itself. Now why don't we go in for a closer look, starting with her head. So one of the gripes I have is the fact that her hairline is kind of like a little messed up. It's not too bad, but you know, you kind of look at it and you could just say like, oh, from far away it looks like just like the ends or like the roots of her hair, but up close it bothers me right there just a little bit. But it's not too bad, it's just a minor gripe. I do like the fact that they got her eyeshadow done really well. I've never really seen a problem with female Funkos having eyeshadow done wrong, so I thought that this was definitely well done. It's amazing how just the eyeshadow and the hair alone can give you the look of her character without too much effort or change. Also, some of the problems that I have with mine, which is always a problem with Funkos and their long hair, especially when it touches the faces, like I got a little blemishes right here, so it kind of didn't look as good as the other side, which is still not as good. It's not as perfect as it can be, but it's still pretty good. Just minor gripes. Now here we get the look at the back. Pretty long hair if you ask me. As we move towards the torso, you could definitely get a good look at all the little details on her body with her like red jacket. You even get the zipper right there, as well as we got like the black shirt, all the little buttons she has, her little boots. If you look on the side, there's like these little boot straps right there. So as you can tell, this is a brand new sculpt in terms of the body, which I do appreciate because it definitely is a signature or a staple of what her character looked like in the film. I do like all the details in the body, like the necklaces, as well as the rings on her hand. Very well done on the sculpt, as well as with the paint. Like, it's crazy how they were able to get that done, the little rings, and how well they got them done. Because I've seen certain Funkos where they have like little details on their hands, and it's remarkable because they would have like bleed and all this other stuff, but this one right here is really impressive. I do like her little boots. Very well done. Let's get a 360 entirely. One thing that did bother me though is that when I did get her, her neck was not screwed on right. I don't know why. I had a big problem with getting it to just sit right on the body. I had to like fussle with it and twist her head and keep trying to screw this spring in, which is one of the problems that I have with Funko bobbleheads, just because it just like it doesn't sit right sometimes. So this is one of those ones where it's like it's a little weird because like the way her head was, it kind of looks something like probably like this, and with like such a small neck, it just makes the head look like it's just gonna topple over, and it looks funny. But you know, after with like playing with it and all this other stuff, I finally got it to sit right. I do prefer if they would have just went straight with the regular Funko line rather than having them as a bobblehead, because sometimes this just becomes too much of a hassle. So I do advise you guys, when looking for her, you might want to look out for, you know, like the hairline paint, because I seen this was the only one I've actually seen in person in store, because every store I went to was completely sold out. So the fact that I even got her this early shocks me just a little bit. But I would say just look out for the hair a little bit, as well as the bobblehead, because if you see any bobblehead, and this is just any bobblehead in general, sitting in the box and it's like, you know, she's sitting like this, or like, you know, her head is tilted, that Funko is done. You know, you're gonna have a hard time getting it back to the way it's supposed to look. So if you can at the store, like they allow you to open the box and see, then I definitely advise that. You also want to look out for, like, you know, some of the paint smearing and stuff like that. Like, she has a little chip on her boot, which is not too bad. I think it could be far worse, but I'm not complaining too much. One thing I thought that was also interesting was the fact that for some reason there's like some paint on her hands and arms. It's like a line that goes straight through, and it's on both sides. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be done, or if that's the, like, paint. Maybe it's just like they messed up. One thing I thought that was kind of odd too is like the fact that they painted her to have like underwear. I don't know why that's the thing, because that's definitely on purpose. But okay. They could have made it shorts, but maybe that's just me. But definitely kudos for the detail, because they definitely put a lot of detail into these Funkos. Now let's take a quick look at the other Funkos on the line, starting with number 66, Iron Man, number 67, Captain America, number 68, The Incredible Hulk, number 69, Thor, number 70, Hawkeye, 71, The Vision, number 72, Ultron, 91, Black Widow, and number 96, we have Scarlet Witch. One thing that I thought was just a little interesting was the fact that if you look at the Ultron box, they did not have the Black Widow or Scarlet Witch on the box, which begs me to wonder if later on down the line would they be adding more, as well as the fact that usually for some reason Funko doesn't like to package on the variants, such as the Amazon exclusive Iron Man, as well as the comic convention maskless Captain America, the Savage Hulk Hot Topic exclusive, or the Phasing Vision Target exclusive, or finally the grinning CDC Ultron. But if you look at the Ultron one, they also have the Marvel Corps Hulkbuster. One thing that it makes me interested in is, will they be willing to add on maybe a Quicksilver or Falcon to this line later along the line, or would they be saving Falcon for maybe the Marvel Civil War line, as well as maybe Black Panther? But it does strike as a little odd that there is no Quicksilver and we haven't seen a concept for him. We did see a Black Widow prototype as well as a Scarlet Witch early in the year. So the fact that they decided to release these later on is also very curious to me, as why they didn't come out the same time as the other ones. So to wrap up this review, I would like to say that I truly dig the Scarlet Witch. I really do like the way that they decided to position her arms and felt like it wasn't just a rehash of an older body. I do feel like they definitely captured her character. So kudos to them. As for whether or not you need her in the line, I definitely would say wait and see. If you're a fan of her character from the original film, then go ahead and pick her up. I can't imagine them doing another release of this unless they decided to change her costume in Captain America Civil War. Then I would say that it might be a toss-up, but this one's really good. I definitely think that they did a great job on this one versus like the first run that they did with Captain America Winter Soldier. So if you want to complete the line, you definitely got to get her. Alright guys, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So also don't forget that in the comments, I would like to ask you which Marvel Cinematic Universe character you would like to see done next for the Civil War line, or maybe just down the road. Sound off in the comments. Thanks for watching guys. Keep collecting.